Hey, everybody, this is Pam with Trust in Your Process. How's everybody doing? You're going to see me looking this way because I totally have my laptop hooked to a monitor that makes it a lot bigger. And I'm afraid that if I move it, so I'm going to show you. So, can you see this? So, it just allows my eyes to see the screen better. But I am going to make this bigger so that I can see it. So we got two people in. Let me know if you can hear me. Welcome to Sunday's chat with me and my trustees. Come on in. And I see that little green thing at the bottom, so it tells me sound is happening. So yeah, I see it over here. So I'm going to wait for a little bit for people to come on in. I was trying to get my thoughts together as to what we might discuss today. And talk about some of the things that I'm working on that's coming up. So come on in. Okay, so we got Adventurous Spirit. Hey, how you doing, girl? I think it's a girl. Yep. Hey, girl. Namaste. Namaste. Thank you. I love my new. Listen. I feel like this was I must have had locks in another life because these feel so good, and I'm so proud of myself for being able to do them myself. So that's an even added plus. I used to have locks before. Believe it or not, they didn't look this pretty. I originally let my hair lock, but that is a commitment that, you know what? I don't know. Maybe later on down the line, I might consider doing if I really feel this. But I like the faux locks because when I don't feel them, I can take them out. I can throw on a wig. I can do my own hair. There's versatility that I feel like I love. Oh, you have sister locks. Oh, okay. Sending love and light. Got to run. Thank you. Got to run stuff to do at the RV. Okay, okay. Thank you for stopping by and saying hi. I appreciate you. All right, let's see. Lena, what's up, girl? How you doing? Lena, I'm sorry that I've been missing your DMs on Facebook. I just forget about how to get to those. So I do apologize. It's nothing personal. I got the image thing that you sent me, and I was asking, was that your layout for your RV that you want or the idea of the studio that you wanted? Let me know. So we got three people. I know Adventure Spirit said she was leaving. Hopefully we'll get a nice little turnout. I like our little chats on Sunday. As long as you guys want to do it, I'll show up, and hopefully we could talk about some things. I was talking about goals today, and what are some of the goals you guys are working on for 2021? Oh, tiny homes. Okay. Yeah. There's something about that that resonates with me so much, Lena. Having a tiny home community. I want to be able to get land. I would love to be able to do this. This is such a big dream though, because I come from a place where I come from the projects in New York, never even owned land or owned any type of thing. So in my head, that's a mindset that I have to get developed, that I can own land. And I would love to own land where tiny homes can be positioned on them and that family members can come and stay with me. They would have their own little tiny home, whether it be an RV or a really traditional tiny home. I think that is a definite bucket really cool. I would love that. I think that would be so awesome. And people with their RVs can come and stay if they decided to, or they could travel on. Like it would be a nice little section, not like a RV park where some of those RV parks you see them. They look jacked up. I wouldn't want to live in them because they just run down, um or they just got a lot of stuff happening outside their RV. It would not be that. You would have to keep up your area. And I would love to have an area where if you had people traveling, they can literally come and visit in the community, and have a place to stay. Yes, Lena, you got it. Like a community. Yes, I think that would be awesome. And I think North Carolina has a lot of nice land. And it was a couple of other places. I was watching some people in their videos that they lived in certain areas that it was like spacious land, and the land was affordable. And who knows, we can have a garden on the land. I think that would be really, really nice. Um, it would be nice. I don't know if it would be just kind of like a four-season type place. That's just in the works. That would be just really nice to have. Selena, I think it's just you and me. Hopefully more people show up. Hopefully people get the notification. I'm never sure when I send out the notification, is it something that people see right away or what? But Lena, what are you working on in terms of your goals for this year, 2021? You might have heard me say that I'm doing the 12-week year. It's a book that I'm listening to where instead of having a year for 365 days, you break your year up into 12 weeks. So you have that 12-week year and you have a goal, maybe one or two major things that you're working towards. And then you have another 12 weeks and another 12 weeks. And so far, I like that because I'm getting a lot done. Um, I've worked on my website. My website is almost complete for my freelance writing. I'm about to start on the shoe website now. I'm designing it myself, so that learning curve is a trip. I mean, it's hard, but I'm glad I'm learning it because that's another service that I can offer in my freelance business. What else? I've been eating more vegetables. You guys know I said I wanted to stop. Eventually, I want to become completely vegan, and eat whole plant food items. So I'm adding more vegetables and I'm cutting down on sugar. So I've been cutting down on the sugar that I drink rather than the sugar that's in the foods. I've been looking at more labels lately, and it is a process. Oh, cool, Peachy Queen. Hey, how you doing? Thank you. You quiet and lurking in the background. And Lena, you're working on getting your poetry published. Are you publishing it on Amazon? How are you doing that? Do you have your website up? Your YouTube channel, girl? Come on now. That's what we got to get. Let me know if I can help you in any way. So we got 5 people here and 1 like. I appreciate the love, people. I think it helps us in the algorithms. Oh, I hope hopefully it's not my connection, Peachy Queen. So I was sitting up here today. I love Sundays. Something about Sundays just resonate with me because it just offers me that opportunity I can get some work done. I had a client work that I had to do this morning that I got his work done. Then I sat down and I started working on my side. And then I looked up and realized I had to get ready for this live. And then I have a Zoom call. I do it once a month with my roommates from college, as a way to connect. And we have that at 5 Eastern time today. I just love um, Sundays in that way. Selena said, look at Shine with Plants on YouTube. They are so, I need lots of help on how to. Well, let me know, Lena. Send me an email at trustingyourprocess.com. Or you can send it to no, trusting your process is better because I'm getting better at looking at that. And then let's see how we can work together and I can show you some stuff. If you have some questions, whatever I know I can share. My daughter, my niece wrote her book and published it on Amazon. Um, so it's not as hard as we think. And I think I'm gonna do that with my book. I told you guys I finished my book. It's just sitting, just gaining dust. But I said I'm going to get it out there. Oh, okay, Peachy Queen. So you're cooking, okay? So we got 5 people here, and only 2 people chatting. Are y'all lurking in the background? Say hi. Say hi to everybody. Hey, Jacqueline. How you doing? JW Band Minimal is in the house. How you doing, Jacqueline? Hey, Colorado man. What's up? How are you? Okay, so you said just stop by, fired up the pewter. Thank you. Thank you. I'm trying. I am trying. I haven't been walking though, Colorado man. I have been not walking. I have to get back into it. I just feel like building this website and trying to get this side of my freelance business up, it has been taking up so much of my time. No excuses though. I plan on getting back. Okay, Lena, it's not as hard as you think. It's all in your head. I know, Jacqueline, we got to get back to walking. We have to get back to walking. Um I started looking at these courses that I bought on stretching, and I realized I have all these courses that I bought, and I was about to buy another one. And I was like, wait a minute, I think I bought a course on that already. And I was sitting here today looking at the course that I got for stretching. Can y'all see that? And I said I'm going to get back into my stretching, even if I don't walk. I got to do this is a stretch exercise video from a yoga instructor, and he's a physical therapist assistant, and he came out with his little program, and it's like 25 minutes. So I said I'm going to get started. I can start there even if I haven't got out the door. Okay, Colorado man. All right, hold me to it. Let's see. And if you guys are wondering, I'm looking over here because I have my laptop attached to a huge monitor so I can see better. Peachy Queen says, I'm going to email you. I have some questions that I would like to ask in private. Okay, definitely. Trustingyourprocess@gmail.com. Easy for you guys. I'm south. I'm in Wisconsin. Yes, excuses, excuses. My friend Caroline walks every day, doesn't use weather as an excuse like myself. That is so true. Look at Colorado man. He's in like teen digits. So it's no excuse. You're absolutely right. But you got to give yourself grace, and every day is a new day, and you can reset that button, pop, and get started. So and it doesn't take away from what you've done before. That adds up. So I really liked getting out walking. And the fact that I was holding myself accountable because I was filming it for you guys really, really helped. But I do have to get back into it because I recognized that my body felt better. I felt better. I was losing weight. My stomach was going down. But I think it's just something about being able to eventually it's going to click. It's going to all align with all this stuff, eating better, moving more, stretching more, walking more, getting my head right more, all that will eventually line up and it'll just, I think it'll just get synced in and it'll feel right. Let's see what we got here. So what else are you guys, Jacqueline, what are some of your goals this for 2021 that you're focusing on? What about you, Colorado man? What are some of your goals? So Jacqueline said, Pam, are you still doing the work where you were moving a lot? No, I work right here. You see that right there? Right here, literally, from home. That's my primary job. And then I'm building my freelance writing up again, so that I can be location independent. That's the goal for this year, to focus steadily on building that up. I cannot tell you, listen, I started writing seriously in 2009. That's when I really start getting into the whole freelance writing thing. 2009. Could you imagine if I had stuck with that, where I would be now with my writing career? But I mean, I'm not going to beat myself up because now is the time. So now I'm focused on writing. I'm focused on helping others start in their freelance writing career. I'm helping others with their websites, because I realize that I am not the person who likes to sit chained to a desk writing on somebody else's time or working on somebody else's time. I appreciate that income, but it is just not something that just speaks to me. And I gotta have another plan in order to be able to give up the traditional work. Lena says, I have one poem I want on t-shirts just for women because we feel together in this walk as women, to know we're not alone. That's an excellent idea. I can help you with that. Lena, you can do your poem on Teesprings, do your design, let them print it out for you. My t-shirts, you see my t-shirt? My t-shirts is done by my nephew. He has a business in his home. Well, no, actually, he got his own storefront, where he has all the equipment and he does all the t-shirts. He even designs it for you. So you could send him your poem and have him design it the way you like, put it on a t-shirt, print it out. Let me see, this message has been hitting. Jacqueline is hiding your message. I'm seriously working on growing my channel related to vintage resale and finishing my book. Oh, wait, let me show this. Let me know if you guys can see what Jacqueline said. I don't know why it hit it. Peachy Queen says, I'm focusing on staying positive and being around positive people. Amen to that. Let me read what Jacqueline said. Jacqueline says, I'm seriously working on growing my channel related to vintage resale and finishing my book, a workbook on starting nonprofits. I'll get in touch with you also. I'm a full-time entrepreneur. Okay, Jacqueline, definitely. Let me know if I can help you. Okay, so I have a question. I know I want to keep my Trust in Your Process channel. I bought the domain. I had the domain for Trust in Your Process and I let it go because I wasn't sure what to do with it. Then I think it took about 1.5 years before it to come back and I was able to buy it. So I have that. And I really think Trust in Your Process for me has always been just what the name says, trusting that everything is going your way, trusting that even though it seems like it's hard, your process is your process. It doesn't look like mine. It doesn't look like Jacqueline's. It doesn't look like Lena's. It doesn't look like Colorado Man's. It doesn't look like Peachy Queen's. Everybody's individual process is their own. And when you learn to trust it, everything goes smoother. So that's what the van life was for me. my process including me doing something radical because I felt like I was in such a slump that I needed to do something and prove to myself that I could do something like van life, like something that was so completely different from what I was used to. And able to say, I did that, learn from it, and now let's keep it moving. It's all about my path and my process. So I'm trying to figure out how to angle this channel. Jacqueline says, I was on my cell, now I'm on the computer. Maybe it will show you better. Okay, cool. Yeah, I am going to do, Jacqueline, I'm doing it as well. I won't be doing van life. I will be doing RV life for sure. I realized van life taught me that I definitely need more space. Me being 6 feet, I need to stand up. And I am not trying to be bending all down in nobody's van. So to me, I definitely want to get my RV. I want to have whatever income that I'm making to be independent of location. And I want to be able to drive around and be able to move around the country in my RV or pulling my RV with my truck. That is the goal. That is this year, building the income, and possibly next year, getting the RV. Hey, 4735, go ahead and do that yoga, girl. Okay, so Lita says, okay, because I wanted women on the front, one dancing, one praising, one walking, and one praying. Oh, okay. One on the beach while the sun is setting. That is awesome. Do you draw? Do you know how to draw? Because we could take that and I can, and ask my nephew is, I mean, he's a genius. That boy is excellent. Well, that man, because he's old. He's really good with, like he did this. I just told him I wanted someone in the lotus position, and I want the Om symbol, and I want I'm trusting the process. And I told him, and he came back with this, and he came back. We modified this because now my person has a bun on the top of her head. So yes, you can definitely do that, girl. Definitely. Let me see. Colorado Man says, we'll be building a new home for an old client and consulting on another home build, one home on the mountain, the other on the shores of the lake. And a hearty hello to all you folks here with Pam. Thank you. Colorado, you build homes? Do you do tiny homes? Because that might be avenue. That might be an avenue. Lena says, with the poem on the front and the back. Thank you, Colorado Man. Thank you for saying that. All right. So let me think. What else? Oh, no, you are not calling me now. No. Okay. Lena, you and I definitely have to chat. Go ahead and send all that to me in trustingyourprocess.com. I mean, trustingyourprocess@gmail.com. And let me see how we can put our heads together. Because that sounds like a hot t-shirt. Like that sounds like it. I would wear that. You know what? And I'm telling you, I'm not that I'm plugging all my family members, but I believe in plugging people. Like I believe in everybody here. You're my trustees. If you got something going on, we're gonna support each other. My niece, she's in Florida. She does t-shirts as well. And her t-shirts really are catered towards women in power. She got a nice one with a woman with an afro. I mean, really, but I'm not sure how she designed. I know she definitely presses them, but how she gets the logo, whether or not you have to send her your logo or not, I'm not quite sure. I was even thinking about doing that, but that's a lot. You don't have to go that route. You can literally come up with your design, open up. I think it's, we got to talk because I'm going to find you some places and let you literally take your design, send it to them, Let them print it. Let them, somebody place an order. They fill it for you. The only reason I'm gonna tell you, my nephew started that way, but he said he decided to do it himself because he realized not they weren't he wasn't getting all the profit when people were placing their order. So he decided to place his order with his site to see if they would send him the money, and he realized they were not sending all the money to him. And so he decided to be the person that does the shirts himself. Um, Cuddle Man says, off and running. Thanks for sharing. Got to get to the shop and invent a special tool for tomorrow's project. All right. Take care, Colorado Man. Thank you for stopping by. But yeah, Lena, that sounds like a good plan. That sounds like a very good project. And you have to be able to promote it. Hey, Judith. You're not late. Welcome on. Welcome on. Hey, and Judith, I just want you to know I had my food before I signed on here. Because I did not want to be not polite. I had my food. I ate before coming on here. So thank you for that feedback. I appreciate you. So we're talking about our goals, Judith. Um, we're talking about our goals. What do you got working on for 2021? 4735 says, so if you have figure in lotus position, does that mean you do yoga? Yes, that means I want to do yoga. I feel like the true Pam is a yogi. I feel like the true Pam is lox, plant-based food, one with the universe in a lotus position. That's me. That's the goddess in me. And yes, my goal is to get this body back flexible and nimble via yoga. So my t-shirt line, do not steal my idea. I want yoga is my therapy, or yoga is the new drug. Like a whole yoga line based on what yoga can do for you. So yes. So what kind of yoga do you do? 4735. What is your name, first of all? What kind of yoga do you do? Okay, Lena, see you later. Don't forget to send me that stuff. Trust in your process, because I'm gonna forget you on Facebook. Hey, Flat Earth, how you doing? You're a vegan? Awesome. Jacqueline said, yeah, that's a biz decision related to if you want the headache or creativity to do the shirt yourself, or free your time to market and sell and let someone else do the design if that's not your passion, right? 4735 says, I began doing yoga when I had a hard time turning to look for, vehicles in my blind spot. Okay. So how long have you been doing yoga, and what are you noticing as the benefits? I love that. I do. I love that. I believe, listen, the simplest thing, stretching is amazing. And there's something about yoga. It starts mentally and then it became the postures. But that whole thing always fascinates me. That one with the universe. There's something about yoga connects you back to your source. So Judith said, I'm sorry, Jack. Yeah, Judith says doing camping and having good health one day at a time. Okay. So Judith, remind me again, are you camping now? Like you have your RV now? 4730, not sure what kind of yoga, just things to keep me flexible. Learned them at Senior Citizen Center 1 year. Slept better, getting rid of the wagger's hump. Do wagger's hump. What's the wagger's hump? I have to look that up. Flat Earth Alaska said, I have not yet did yoga yet, but I have been doing deep breathing meditation. That's deep. That's nice. I got this book that my daughter showed me. and I'm a fan of Audible. I'm only a fan of Audible now that I realize that you can read your book and then exchange it for another one and exchange it for another one. And if you don't want it, they give you your credit back. So to me, it encourages reading. But one of the books that I got on here was Breathe, or yeah, Breathe by James Expanded Lungs, Extended Lifespan. James Nestor, Nestor. And he talks about how you heal your body through breath. And it's I don't know if you can see that, but it's by James Nestor. That's a pretty deep book. So Judith says, I have the Airstream, not full time, but like to stay out about 3 weeks. Did we talk, Judith? I'm trying to think. It was you who we were talking at one point. Somebody had an Airstream and they only go out a few weeks in a year. I'm not sure if that was you or not, but I think that's awesome. I think that's how I'm going to start. I mean, as opposed to just jumping right into full life RVing, I think there's something about having a home base, being able to come back and clean up and then slowly go out to travel, and who knows, eventually become full time. Okay. So Flat Earth says pranayama, deep breathing, is what she does. What you do, I would say it's she, but you could be a male. That's good. I love that. There's something about yoga and the breathing and slowing down just resonates with me. I think that is something that is beneficial and I need more of in my life. I think it will help with my anxiety. It would help with my confidence. It would help limit self doubt or at least manage it. And I think that is something I'm definitely focused on in 2021 and beyond. Wow, we've been on here 32 minutes. That's awesome. I love our chats. I always like to take a poll on if you guys want to continue our chats on Sunday at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I decided to keep it at an hour because I realize people can peek in and chat a little bit and leave if they need to. I don't want it to be too long, and I definitely don't want it to be too short where you guys will come in, like, say, 30 minutes later and miss us. So I think an hour is a good base. Oh, right. Yes. Okay. Yes. Judy's. Yes. Okay. Because I was like, I think, yeah. Yeah. Okay. Yes. You guys, I don't know if you know, but Crystal has a live at 11 Eastern Standard Time every Sunday as well. I think it's 30 minutes. And I like her style of her layout. And I said I would Okay, good. Thank you. I would definitely try it so that you guys can come on with me. I like the way she has that set up where you can literally chat with her and you're on the screen. I would love to interview you guys about what you got going on in your life, what your challenges are, how are you overcoming those challenges. Part of the 12-week year book talks about having I think they call it a VAM, a virtual accountability meeting every week where you hold each other accountable for the goals that you're trying to accomplish. It's something short, quick, sweet, every 15, like for 15 minutes every month. Hey, Simply Natural Black Life, what's up? You're working today or no? No, that's not you. That's the other girl. No, that's the natural one. That's the other one. Hey, how are you? So let me know if there's something you guys are interested in. I would love to do like a group where I'm using this kind of like the accountability. We meet on Sundays and we talk about, or part of what we talk about is the goals that we're trying to accomplish and how far we got. Oh, hey, okay. I'm glad I asked because that would have been kind of messed up. um, so we can keep each other accountable for what we're working on. Little small chunks each week on what you're working on. And did you reach that goal, or um, why do you think you didn't, or what you're struggling with? And maybe we can help each other. I've been fine. I've been fine. I've been watching you and following you, and I love how you find these little things and then you put it together in your house. So yeah, I love that. I love your channel. Judith says, I'm coming your way and we can shop for your home in April. All right, let's do it. Let's do it. Come on in. Come on down. I really enjoyed when Crystal came and visited me. That was my first time of really having interaction with someone online that I didn't know. And I felt like she and I just clicked. Um, and then I met with another one of my subscribers. We went and just ate and had lunch at IKEA. This was before the pandemic. So I love stuff like that. If we can get back into that, that would be awesome. We can stay the distance, wear the mask, whatever. But I think the connection is still important. Okay, so 4735 said dowager hump. Shoulder slumped forward, which made my upper spine curve. Then I had to lift my chin. Definite S curve in upper spine posture, definitely improving. Okay. Um, oh, so you went live, Simply Natural. You went live on Crystal's. I missed that. Was that today? I wanted to. I don't know. I looked up and it was like 11. I was like 12:30, and I was like, oh my god, I got to sign on. 4735 says, do you keep notes from your chats for interesting things you've learned? No, but that's a good idea. I definitely need to get better with making the notes um under my description, if that's what you mean. But I do write down things that you guys and we come up with. That's what this was for. I always keep notes. Oh, okay. Okay. Freaky Friday is live like that too. Okay. I'm gonna have to do that again. I was on there for a while there, but I don't know. I kind of fell off. I'm gonna have to do that again. You definitely have to come with some wine. So maybe I'll get back to doing that. I like that she does those, but she doesn't keep them up. I would love to be able to go back and see the replay. I got to learn that too. Like, what does that mean? If you take down your video? Well, I know Freaky Friday, she takes it down because it's pretty freaky. But I wonder if she left it up, what would that be like for her channel? Oh, okay. You think this is Flat Earth says I'm totally against the fake pandemic. I don't wear mask or nothing. So there's a whole people think the pandemic is fake. Tell me why you think it's fake, Flat Earth. Tell me why you think it's fake. I think it's more to it for sure. I think I'm curious as to why it affects people one way and some people it doesn't affect them at all. Um, so I'm really interested in how this is going to pan out. You got some people who rushing to get the vaccine. I put no shade in it. I'm not trying to get no vaccine. I don't believe in vaccines before the pandemic. I didn't believe in them, but it's difficult because when you live in a society like ours that promotes vaccine for your children, and as a parent you want to do the right thing, and the best thing for your children, it's really hard to make that decision. At least it was for me. See, 4735 says pandemic is not fake. Her neighbor died from it. And a lot of people say that you have people dying from it. You have people dying from, but people have died from a lot of things. I wonder if the pandemic is, or if the coronavirus affects people that, like, why is some people dying and some people not? That's what I'm curious. I feel like the mask to me is a small inconvenience. I'm gonna keep my mask on, um, but I don't think I would do the vaccine. Okay. Well, I will tell you this: Flat Earth Alaska said yes, people are dying, but not from some virus. Um, I think this is one of those topics that is really, people get really passionate about. What I definitely want to reiterate here is everybody is entitled to their opinion, and this is a safe zone, and we're not going to go either way. We're strictly letting each other know how we feel. And 4735, I agree. Diabetics are especially hit hard, but are they hit hard from COVID because their immune was already compromised because of their lifestyle? And if it's a type 1 diabetic, because my niece is a type 1 diabetic and she's not affected by COVID. So it makes me really wonder if whatever COVID is it hitting the people with the compromised immune systems? And that would just make sense, right? I mean, if your immune system is compromised, then you're susceptible to anything, really. So Flat Earth Ladder says a lot of the numbers on TV are from normal deaths and mask, 5G radiation, vaccines. Yeah, it's interesting. It's interesting. Here's my thing. And I believe that your disposition is important, how you feel. If you feel something's going to hurt you, you are really agreeing to that. I feel like we should be keeping our bodies strong and our immune systems up anyway. That should be what's being preached. So that when things like COVID happens, our chances of defeating it is much better. But in our society, we don't promote healthy eating, eating better, until it's something so detrimental like COVID that happens. Do we get all into, oh, we need to get eating better and exercising? That should be number one, especially when you have like diabetes. Type 2 diabetes is a lifestyle disease. That means you can truly control it before it gets out of hand. But why isn't that a pandemic? Diabetes should be a pandemic. There's so many, high blood pressure should be a pandemic. So, I mean, all of these technically should be a pandemic, but it's not because it's not affecting who. You know what I'm saying? So I think that there's some validity to this, but I think the most things is you need to really recognize your power and your control in what affects you as an individual based on how you eat, how you think, and how you live your life. So 4735 says, okay, Flat Earth Ladder is just throwing stuff out there. Masks aren't killing us. Why do you think doctors wear masks during surgeries? Most patients are marked as COVID but died of other causes. Right. I agree. It's kind of like, remember when HIV, everybody, AIDS came on the scene, but they weren't killed. AIDS didn't kill them. The underlining disease killed them. So it makes you wonder, is COVID like that? Does COVID come in and kind of arrest your system so that it becomes vulnerable to something else like pneumonia or whatever? Um, so let's see. 4735 says, I call bullshit on marked as COVID but died of other causes. Well, 47, 30, 35, we're going to all just breathe. We're going to all go, this is just our opinion. Your opinion matters, and flat earth opinion matters. And I want everybody to realize that this is not a debate. This is just an opinion. And like assholes, we all got them. So this is just opinion. 4735 says, when you are healthy and your lungs fill with fluid, that's not fake. No, it's not. That's not. But what is it? Is it, I would really like to know more how COVID affects, say, that person and not someone else. That's just interesting. I'm just interested in knowing. And I'm gonna be honest, when I came back, you guys followed me when I went to Portugal last year, year before last, year before last, right? Wow, this year went by so fast. Um, and well, that's true, but everybody is entitled to their opinion, and everybody's common sense is not the other person's common sense. I will tell you that, because what's common sense to you may not be common sense to me. That's why everybody has a right to live their life, but everybody does not have the right to tell me how to live it. So you are entitled to live your life the way you live it, and you want to take care of your life, and I have a right to live my life the way I want to live it. And for the people who decide they don't want to wear masks, you're okay with me, because I was before we even knew about COVID, because COVID kind of came out February or March of last year. But in November, I was so sick, and it was all in my chest. And I was trying to figure, I didn't have a fever, I didn't have all the other stuff, but this chest thing would not go away. And even when I laid down, I could hear myself wheeze. Like if I laid to the side, I could hear myself wheeze. And it stayed for like 3 weeks. And it wasn't until I said, you know what? I need to go to the doctor, because normally I can shake something, no problem. And I just wanted to make sure it wasn't pneumonia, it wasn't the flu, and it wasn't like strep or something, because I think my throat was hurting. Hey, Tina. Tina called me, y'all, on video. What was that, Sunday? I was like sitting out waiting to eat, and Tina's calling me on video on Instagram. So I think I had it, is my point. I think I had it because they said, no, you don't have pneumonia. No, you don't have the flu. No, you don't have strep. And then I went home, healed, got better, just eating better. I was taking elderberry, vitamin C. I was pumping vitamin C like crazy. And then that was November, December, January, February, and then March, bam, COVID. So I wonder, had they tested me for COVID, if I would have had it, So I don't know. But it's interesting to see, or to know, why some people really, it affects them really, really bad, and other people it doesn't. So Jacqueline said, unfortunately, my sister died from Corona on November 6th. It was terrible for our family. She was already fighting an illness, but she got COVID and passed away a couple of days later. I'm so sorry for your loss, Jacqueline. That right there is real. So to me, in that respect, COVID is not fake. COVID is there. COVID is affecting people and their lives. It just makes me wonder, is the news telling us the full story? 2 kids in China died from wearing a mask in gym. Then in US, a person almost died wearing a 9 in the car. They crashed their car. They passed out. Let me see. Hold on. Tina says, I spent the night in the minivan overnight. Okay, so flat Earth, Alaska. That does, to me, that's just, okay, so we talk about common sense, right? Why am I wearing a mask, first of all, in a car, if I'm in a car by myself? Why am I wearing a mask? Please tell me. Secondly, if I feel like I'm about to pass out, I'm gonna take my mask off. I mean, at that point, we're talking common sense. We're talking about, at some point, let's not take it to the extreme. If you know this mask is causing you harm, change the mask. I mean, that just makes sense to me. Opinion should not be advanced over science and facts. When I get sick, I'm not going to call up Flat Earth Atlanta and ask for a cure. All right, so 4735, we're not doing that. Okay, we're not bashing nobody. We're not doing that. I understand Flat Earth has his opinion. You have yours. We're gonna keep this a safe zone. We're gonna keep it safe. Let me see. I just think there's a lot of information out there that is fact and fiction, and you must decide for yourself what you resonate with and what you don't. Done. Jacqueline said, my sister was diabetic, COPD, heart trouble, but not going to die in 2 days after contracting COVID. She passed a couple of days. Yeah, I can see that being, and that's a big deal. I mean, especially for people with the immune systems that are weak. Yeah, COVID is real. You know what I'm saying? So, um, for people to say it's not a real thing, I guess that depends on your reality, because it's obviously real because we're dealing with it. So I just think that, you know, you have to respect where people are, um, and you have to realize the impact you have on a person. And it's kind of like a person says, your intent, my intent is not to hurt your feelings, but these are my opinions. But if I recognize that you're sensitive to it, then let's not have this conversation. We don't have to agree on that. We can talk about something else. It's not about being right. You know what I'm saying? This is just about, this is the way. It's kind of like the religion conversation. I don't talk religion to people. You know why? I don't talk religion to people because what is right to you and what is right to me may not be the same. But that doesn't mean that we can't coexist. So I take that with the COVID. Listen, there's a lot going on with this COVID and it's affecting people differently. And I respect that person is going through something real because their loved one may have died, or they know someone, their neighbor died. So that's the real deal. Flat Earth Alaska said, Sky News came out with the article saying ice cream tested positive for COVID. Okay, so flat Earth, where are we going with this? Are we trying to get a rise? Because that's not cool. What are we doing? What's your point? 4735 said, yes, it's important to not advance things that aren't true, just like you pointed out about masks in a car. The more people hear it, the more likely they are to believe it. Right. And you got to be able to think for yourself. You got to be able to say, and that's the real deal. It's kind of like going back to the vaccines for children, right? When I was coming up, I came up in a faith that didn't condone vaccines. Um, and but I battled with putting my children in the school system. Now I was homeschooling my girls when they were younger. So we were quarantined. Okay, perfect. We were in the house. I knew where they were at. They weren't around a whole lot of kids. Um, and but when I decided to put them in the school system, I really had to say, you know what, do I want to give them vaccines or not? And then you have in the school systems, if you're going to the traditional school systems, they don't allow you in there without vaccines, depending on where you are. But I had to ask myself, did I want my children to be okay? I want them to be protected. So I battled with that. And yes, I gave them the vaccine. I really, really did. Now, my daughter is battling with that because she is wondering, is the vaccine harming or is it helping? But there's so much more information out there from when she was a child and now when my grandbabies are children. You just have to really, really do your research, and you have to make that best decision that sits in your heart and your chest, and leave the rest up to God. You see, Judith said they are giving us enough information. That's why some think it's fake, but it's real because my family member died because of it. Right, it's real. Many people I know have something the doctors could not describe in November, December. My daughter caught something this could not explain before COVID. Yeah, a lot of people did. A lot of people that in my circle did. And at first I thought it was because y'all know I was living with my daughter in the van whole situation, but I was in the house as well. And I thought I caught something from my grandson because you know how kids are. You go, they when they're in school, they just like germ magnets. So I just knew um, that I caught something from him, and the whole house got sick. So we were just like, oh, this is going to be one. It's one of those things. But for me, it didn't go away in the time frame, like 7 days, like it normally does. So I I think it was something more than just a cold. Flat Earth says, I'm sharing info in the hope that you will start to question things. And we appreciate that. Questioning is definitely key. I just hope that you understand that when a person, you have to meet a person where they are, and what's real to you may not be real to someone else, and vice versa. What's real to people who have lost loved ones because of COVID is real, regardless. So that's what I'm hoping that you can see. 4735, I thank you for vaccinating your children. As a teacher, I saw how far children fell behind when sick. I also caught most of what was passed around until I had my tonsils removed. Yeah, I think it's I think it I think there's a place for vaccines. I just think you have to do your homework and know, because when I was coming up, I think it's that thing. What's that thing? The tetanus shot, or what is it? What's that thing that leave that mark on your arm? Everybody had to get that, and then they find out years later, um, you didn't need it. Okay, so but we all had to get that pain in our arm coming up as a kid, and everybody has that mark on your arm because you know you had it. You know, it's on whichever arm. I think it's on this one. Then they find out, oh, you don't need it. There's so many vaccines that I came up with that they now know you don't need as a now, but that's what research, things evolve, and that's how you have to do your research. You have to do your research for you, and you're not going to beat somebody else up because they don't want to do it for their family. They have a right. Done. That's it. Everybody has a choice, and that's what I'm an advocate for. You have a choice to make the decision for yourself and your family, and nobody's choice is better than the others. So Flat Earth says, check out Dr. Andrew Craftman. Okay. All right, you guys. We are about to approach an hour, and this was a good conversation. Okay. I'm talking about good. I'm glad I showed up in today. And I thank you guys. My goodness, I love it. I thank you for being real. I thank you for sharing your opinions. I thank you for all of your information. And I encourage you to do your research and make the decisions best served for you. And on that note, we about to end at hour. I love you guys. Until next week, remember you are special, and remember who loves you. Wait, Jacqueline says, I'm about to have lunch because I'm getting an emotional cover. Oh, don't get emotional. We still have family who doesn't wear masks or believe after our sister situation. My heart goes out to you. Reach out to me if you need me, Jacqueline. Breathe, sister, breathe. We're going to have a different combo next week for sure. We're gonna be COVID-free conversation next week. I promise. You gotta have a good day, you guys. Remember who loved you. Until next time. Now, how do you end this thing, right? Okay.